Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, for the second time in 2 months, an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. The FBI investigating after the Secret Service opened fire on a suspect at the former president's golf course in Florida. Trump on the course, just 300 to 400 yards away. An agent reacted after seeing the barrel of a gun sticking out of a fence. The suspect fled, leaving behind an assault rifle with a scope. Overnight, law enforcement descended on the suspect's home. This morning, what we're learning about the suspect, how he got so close. Reaction from Trump, President Biden, and Vice President Harris. Now the mounting questions for the Secret Service. Our team is covering it all.
Tropical storm warning. The new storm closing in on the Carolinas, creating a dangerous morning commute. Plus, the tornado threat. Ginger is tracking it all.
New twist in the Idaho student murders case as the suspect is moved to a new location to face trial.
Remembering Christopher Reeve, Superman turned real-life hero. His children Matthew, Alexandra, and our Will. Sit down with Diane Sawyer on their father's life and legacy and the accident that changed everything.
My first words were just, I love you, we're here.
How Christopher's wife, Dana, pulled him out of despair and kept their family together.
As long as it's rooted in love, it doesn't matter what your family looks like, as long as it's yours.
Diane is here this morning.
And cue the music. The happy moments on a history-making night at the Emmys.
Shogun.
Shogun dominates.
It's like a dream of a dream.
A dream of a dream.
The Bear on Fire.
This show has changed my life.
The laughs.
Robert Downey Jr., I got a poster of you in my house. Please sign it, seriously.
The love.
It was love, love, love.
And hacks.
I appreciate this because I just don't get enough attention. I'm serious.
Robin rules the red carpet.
That is a wrap from the red carpet of the Emmys. Oh, we had a great time, Will Reeve and I. But we got to get back to NYC.
Flying all night back to Times Square. And Lara was backstage with all the winners. As they say,
Good morning, America.
Good morning to all of America.
It's a very good morning. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America!
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
I'm still waiting for my ears to pop. The flight just landed a couple of hours ago, but Will Reeve and I really enjoyed being there on the red carpet for the Emmys last night. We were on the carpet. Lara was backstage. She had all the big winners from last night. We're going to check in with her just ahead.
That is coming up. We want to get right to our top story, though. For the second time in just 2 months, an assassination attempt on former President Trump. It happened at his golf course in Florida. President Biden said there's no place for political violence. Vice President Harris says she's deeply disturbed and condemned political violence. We have team coverage. Rachel Scott starts us off from West Palm Beach. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. This is the second time this is happening in just 9 weeks, and there is still one big question: how a suspected gunman was able to get this close to the former president of the United States and Republican nominee. Officials say that part of the problem is all of this shrubbery that surrounds Donald Trump's golf course. They say that once you are in it, you are essentially out of sight. That was until a Secret Service agent spotted a barrel of a rifle sticking out of the bushes and out of a fence. He jumped into action, sending the suspect running.
This morning, for the second time in just 2 months, the FBI is investigating an apparent attempted assassination on Donald Trump. ABC News learning the former president was on his West Palm Beach golf course with donor Steve Witkoff near the 5th hole when a Secret Service agent suddenly saw a barrel of a rifle sticking out of the fence just 300 to 400 yards away.
What they do is they have an agent that jumps one hole ahead of time to where the president was at. And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
Sources say Secret Service fired 4 to 6 rounds as Trump was rushed to a safe area. The suspected gunman went running, leaving behind an AK-47 style rifle, 2 backpacks which contained ceramic tile, and a GoPro hanging on the fence. An eyewitness catching the suspect fleeing.
Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. he jumped into a black Nissan, and I took a picture of the vehicle and the tag, which was great.
With that information, police were able to track down the car. This is the moment authorities surrounded the suspect in the vehicle.
We knew we had the car, everything lined up. We surrounded the car, didn't give him a chance to flee. He had no alternative but to surrender.
Multiple law enforcement sources tell ABC News the man detained by police is 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Roth. Overnight, law enforcement descending on his home in Greensboro, North Carolina, going through the residence floor by floor, searching by a flashlight. Sources also say he had ties to Hawaii. His neighbor there speaking with ABC News.
I kind of was shocked that all of this is happening.
While authorities are working to determine a motive, sources familiar with the investigation say they are looking into whether Roth had any frustrations with Trump's position on Ukraine. He frequently posted on social media about the war, seen here in a 2022 video in Poland around the time he went to Ukraine.
And then we're going to stay as long as it takes to get every Russian out of Ukraine.
Trump traveled back to his Mar-a-Lago estate in a social media post thanking law enforcement for keeping him safe, saying the job done was absolutely outstanding. His son Eric Trump telling Fox News, "My father is running out of lives." It was just 65 days ago that Trump survived an attempted assassination at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The former president was grazed by a bullet in the ear, ducking for cover behind the podium. And this morning, there are questions once again about how a gunman could get this close to a former president and Republican nominee.
He's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course around it. But because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible.
So there's a heavy police presence here outside of Trump's golf course. You can see that this street is still blocked off, and you can see where officials have set up a command post. The former president did travel back to his Mar-a-Lago estate, where he met with Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, who called him unstoppable. We are told that Donald Trump is in good spirits, but George, I will tell you, there is a sense of disbelief within his inner circle that we are talking about this once again, George.
Boy, I'm sure there is. Robin?
All right, George and Rachel, let's bring in our Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas with the latest on the investigation and what we're learning about the suspected gunman. Good morning to you, Pierre.
Robin, good morning. Overnight, the FBI continued an intensive investigation into the man detained as a suspect in what is being described as a possible assassination attempt against former President Trump. Sources telling ABC News the FBI is doing a deep dive into Ryan Wesley Roth's background, looking into his social media footprint, recent travels, and whether he has a criminal record. Searches were being conducted, and family, friends, and associates are being sought for interviews. As Rachel reported, a key law enforcement focus is whether the war in Ukraine played a role in this incident. Authorities have a number of concerns, among them that the suspect clearly had some sense of Trump's schedule and was able to position himself in a dangerous spot that overlooked where Trump was golfing. There's concern that he had done surveillance of Trump and the golf course and may have visited there before. And while the Secret Service responded quickly and apparently effectively, questions remain about how the man was able to get into such a critical position near the course in the first place. Should there have been more personnel to secure the property? The incident comes less than 2 months after a sniper tried to kill Trump at a Pennsylvania rally, leading to the resignation of the Secret Service director. Congress is investigating the Secret Service, and this morning, key congressional leaders are calling for a thorough FBI and Secret Service investigation and the need for transparency. Roth is being held locally in Florida and could soon face federal charges, Robin.
Once again, so many questions that need to be answered. Pierre, thank you. Law enforcement, as you know, Pierre, is on high alert with heightened security around the White House complex with just 50 days until the election. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is here with more on the threat environment. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Robin. 2 assassination attempts on a presidential candidate. Nobody's seen anything like that in this country in decades. Threats against politicians, political groups, and election infrastructure are surging. Extremism and hate crimes are rising, and overseas conflicts in Ukraine and Israel are unceasing. It all contributes to a threat environment that has been compared to 9/11 with no equivalent in modern political history. After Butler, the U.S. Secret Service urged Trump to stage no more outdoor rallies, and agents conducted a security assessment of all of Trump's golf courses. With 50 days left until the November election, officials now see no reason to believe political violence is going to lessen. In fact, they're making preparations for how to handle Election Day and the certification of the Electoral College on January 6th. And in this case, George, the question is, was this a success because the security redundancies worked, or a failure because the gunman got so close in the first place, George?
Huge question. Okay, Aaron, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. Heightened security now in Washington as well.
There certainly is, George, and I can tell you that almost immediately after the suspect's arrest, the White House said that both President Biden and Vice President Harris had been briefed on the incident, saying they were both relieved to know that Donald Trump is safe. The president in his statement later stressing that there is no place for political violence and saying he's directed his team to make sure the Secret Service has every resource it needs to ensure the former president's safety. The vice president saying she is deeply disturbed by this possible assassination attempt. She, too, condemned political violence, adding, quote, "We all must do our part to ensure that this incident does not lead to more violence." Now, security has been heightened here at the White House and at the vice president's residence, where she was staying over the weekend, with added law enforcement, George.
Okay, Mary, thanks. Let's bring back Rachel Scott. Trump campaign already raising money off this?
Yeah, within minutes of this incident, the former president did send out a fundraising email to his supporters. And for many of them, it was probably the first time they were even hearing about an attempted assassination once again. And he told them that he will not surrender. He told them that he is safe and doing well. George, when we talk to people in Trump's inner circle, yes, they say he's in good spirits. But yes, they're also saying that there is a sort of sense that this is very surreal, that they are dealing with this once again, just 9 weeks after the attempted assassination on Donald Trump's life in Butler, Pennsylvania. Now, we are told that the former president is planning to keep his current campaign schedule. He has stops both in Michigan and New York this week. But Trump campaign senior advisors sending out a memo to all of their staff, urging them to remain vigilant and on high alert, George.
Rachel Scott, thanks very much. Rebecca?
Thank you, George. We turn now to the tropical storm warning in the Carolinas. The coast is getting slammed with heavy rain and potential flooding, and Ginger is here with those details. Good morning,
Good morning. North Carolina is taking the brunt of this storm right now. It does not yet have a name. Doesn't matter if it gets a name later today. It would be Helene if it does. But the impacts are what I really want you to see. And first off, look at North Topsail Beach. Big waves, up to 11-foot waves possible. Erosion, which North Carolina has big issues with just on a regular day. And so we're worried about that as this low-pressure system approaches. But then the heavy rain, and those bands have already started to come into Wilmington and Wrightsville Beach, Myrtle Beach, Charleston, all the way up along to the very southern parts of some of those outer banks. Good tropical storm warning, because you're going to see this push of water. But the flood watches are up, and it goes pretty far west, and here's why. As it comes on shore today, that shield of heaviest rain is on the north side. Look at some of the winds, up to 60 miles per hour there in Fayetteville. And then you're going to move it up for tomorrow, the heaviest rain and the onshore flow, more focused on Virginia, kind of the Delmarva Peninsula there, so Delaware, watch out. And here's that flood watch. This is where the significant flash flood threat is, right there along the state line of South Carolina, almost to Myrtle Beach, up through Wilmington. But then it goes so far west because the center of that storm is going to park itself in western North Carolina by tomorrow morning, and then everybody north of there in the mid-Atlantic gets it.
They're going to keep an eye on it.
You got it.
All right, Ginger, thanks so much. Now to TV's Golden Night, and what a night it was at the Emmys. The best of television was honored while paying tribute to so many great shows of the past. Will and I enjoyed being on the red carpet, and while we were there, Lara was backstage, had all the winners with her. It was so good. Well, I didn't get a chance. I was going to say good to see you, but we didn't get a chance to see each other. Good morning, Lara.
We were ships in the night, Robin. You passed me the baton, and I ran with it. You did a beautiful job, by the way. You and Will were fantastic, and we had a great time backstage. And, of course, we knew the big names coming into this year's Emmys, right? FX's Shogun and The Bear dominated at the nominations, and sure enough, both shows delivered in a major way last night, breaking records and serving up 3 acting Emmys in the first 30 minutes of the show for The Bear. But there were also some surprise winners, which always makes for great TV.
Shogun.
Shogun! Shogun.
It was an historic night for FX's Shogun, breaking the record for most wins in an Emmy night with 18.
It was an East meets West dream project with respect.
It stars Anna Sawai and Hiroyuki Sanada taking home the top dramatic acting prizes.
It was my first leading role in Hollywood. It's like a dream of a dream.
A dream of a dream.
This only happened because of everyone who was working behind the camera.
And Emmy hosts Dan Levy and Dad Eugene Levy, bringing their father-son banter to stage.
And I know some of you might be expecting us to make a joke about whether the bear is really a comedy. But in the true spirit of the bear, we will not be making any jokes.
The bear.
And the bear having the last laugh, winning 3 of the top acting prizes for comedy series.
The bear. The bear.
The bear. My heart is just beating right out of its chest. Thank you for choosing me.
Do you even dare to dream?
You know, we made this show with no expectations, you know.
But the bear was beaten for Best Comedy Series by Hacks. Hacks. And Jean Smart taking home her 3rd Emmy for Best Actress in a Comedy for playing comedian Deborah Vance.
It's very humbling, it really is, and I appreciate this because I just don't get enough attention. I'm serious. The gift that keeps on giving.
Right? In the limited or anthology series, Jodie Foster winning her very first Emmy for True Detective Night Country. It was love, 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 and when you feel that, something amazing happens. It's deep and wonderful, and it's older than this place and this time. And Baby Reindeer winning big with 4 Emmys.
Take risks, push boundaries, explore the uncomfortable, dare to fail in order to achieve. Thank you so much for this award.
It was also a night of reunions, from The West Wing to Happy Days.
Nice to see you.
He's still got it. Henry was so happy that that actually worked. They are so cute together, Ron Howard and Henry Winkler. And that was the feeling you got, Robin, all night long, with so many of the TV veterans we know and love reuniting, gracing the stage to celebrate the best of the best in television. And so great, by the way, to welcome movie star Jodie Foster to the Emmy Winners Circle. We had a fabulous time celebrating with her backstage. We'll have more of that and so much more of our backstage moments with all of the winners coming up, guys.
What a great night. Okay, Lara, thank you very much. Coming up, Diane Sawyer's powerful interview with Christopher Reeve's children, their memories of their father before and after his accident, with rarely seen home video from their new documentary. Diane is here.
And we are live in Philadelphia for tonight's Falcons-Eagles matchup and Jason Kelsey's first game there as an ESPN analyst.
Coming up, we are kicking off Emily in Paris week with star Lily Collins right here in Times Square. Au revoir, bonjour, magnifique. We'll be right back.
Did you notice anything, though?
Well, there was no music when that thing went up.
No theme song. Candace Bergen had a theme song.
Yeah, of course, she would get one.
Well, I have a solution.
Back here on G-Lane, yes, he's still got the Fonz.
Nice to see you.
Happy Day star Henry Winkler and Ron Howard reuniting overnight at the Emmys for the 50th anniversary of their show. We have Lara's backstage interviews with the winners. That's coming up in our next.
And we are looking forward to that, following a lot of the headlines right now. And we'll start with the latest on the assassination attempt on former President Trump. It happened at his golf course in Florida. Authorities say the suspect had an assault rifle, was 300 to 500 yards from the former president. When an agent spotted him, he was taken into custody after fleeing the scene. Rachel Scott is in Palm Beach. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you again. And of course, the big question here in Florida is how a second suspected gunman was able to come that close to the former president and Republican nominee. Now, officials say that part of the problem here is all of this shrubbery that does surround Donald Trump's golf club. They say that once you are in it, you are essentially out of sight. But a Secret Service agent did spot a barrel of a rifle pointing out from those bushes and then jumped into action, sending the suspect fleeing. We are told that Secret Service agents did fire 4 to 6 rounds as Trump was rushed to safety. The suspect did flee, leaving behind an AK-47 style rifle, 2 backpacks containing ceramic tile, and a GoPro camera attached to that fence. An eyewitness who spotted the suspect fleeing was critical to his arrest, taking photos of the suspect's vehicle. Now, multiple law enforcement sources tell ABC News the man man detained is Ryan Wesley Roth, with ties to North Carolina and Hawaii. His Greensboro home was searched by police overnight. Authorities are still trying to determine a motive. Sources familiar with the investigation say they are looking into whether he had any frustrations with Trump's position on the war in Ukraine. The former president traveled back to his Mar-a-Lago estate. He did send out a social media post thanking Secret Service for their quick action, saying they did an outstanding job keeping him safe, George.
Okay, Rachel, thanks very much. Robin?
And George, now to the life and legacy of Christopher Reeve. The actor turned advocate after a horse riding accident changed everything for him and his family. Diane Sawyer is here. And Diane, it was such a powerful, wonderful interview that you had with the three children, including our Will. And it has to be difficult. It has to be a challenging time.
It is, and to see their generosity and the gift they're giving the world by doing this. And so I'm so grateful to Will and the whole family for talking to me about their iconically powerful dad and their luminous mother and stepmother. And I was struck the whole time that we talked that the family is really bringing a powerful lesson to absolutely all of us about how you transform a staggering loss into a new kind of love.
A superhero streaking across the sky. For almost 10 years, Christopher Reeve embodied Superman, the mythic American champion of justice. An actor so gifted, it's no surprise that in real life, there was nothing he couldn't do. He was an airplane pilot, an expert sailor, a diver, ice hockey, soccer. And by the way, he was also a Juilliard-trained pianist who would lead the family sing-alongs. That's little Will at the piano. Will, Alexandra, and Matthew remembering those happy days, even if they weren't exactly the Von Trapps.
Okay, now I'm going to play the Von Trapps.
The Von Trapps. What did you play, the bassoon? Why?
The happy days that always seem endless until the day that changes everything. Almost 30 years ago, 42-year-old Christopher Reeve, a champion horseback rider, had an accident that was at once freakishly random and catastrophic. He was wearing a helmet. It was just a 3-foot jump, but the horse balked and all 200 pounds of Reeve's body weight landed on his neck. When he spoke of it with Barbara Walters, he was now paralyzed from the neck down and on a ventilator.
I went forward. I had the great misfortune to get my hand stuck in the horse's bridle. So it's like going over with your hands tied, and that's why I landed straight on my head.
It is his wife, Dana, who will pull him out of his despair.
And then she said the words to save my life. You're still you, and I love you.
In the new documentary Superman, it is also Dana who will prepare their 2-year-old son, Will, and her 11 and 15-year-old stepchildren for the moment they walk in, to the machines, the tubes, and a dad so radically changed.
Dana walked us down and she said, it's gonna look really scary, but he's still there, just talk to him. Ignore everything else, just talk to him. And so I remember, and she said, you can hold his hand. And it has machines on it, you know, and you're still reaching and holding his fingers.
As far as I remember, my first words were just, you know, I love you, we're here.
I think in an effort to make sure that I wasn't terrified of my dad permanently, my mom made sure that I was involved as was reasonable. And that included always being near him and touching him and helping.
Oh, good, that's great, well, thanks.
When they get home from the hospital, their injured father, their valiant mother, began teaching how a wounded family can still be a family.
I hear you all saying, don't let anyone tell you what family is.
Absolutely. No matter the contours of a family, no matter how scraggly the branches on the family tree might be, as long as it's rooted in love, it doesn't matter what your family looks like, as long as it's yours.
Somehow their mother and dad create the happy routines every child loves.
Whether it was good news, bad news, scary news, dinner was family time. How was school? They sat at the head next to each other. My mom would feed him and herself. We had friends dropping by. It was a very happy, robust, loud, everything you would want from a family dinner. And that was every night. And the one thing you weren't allowed to talk about was specific medical stuff. It could be anything else.
And like all kids, they search for ways to make Dad laugh.
Matthew, at one point in college, came back with a gift to Dad, and it was an eject button to put on the hand of his wheelchair right by his finger. And Dad loved that.
Yeah.
My God, you know, someone's there in a serious meeting with Christopher Reeve, and they suddenly look at his wheelchair, and they're just seeing this eject button, and you kind of see a register on their face, like, to ask, to not ask,
Yeah, right.
what do we do?
The house was always full of music. She was always just bursting into song.
About a village gone to ruin by a girl called Abigail.
It was one of the things I miss most, for sure.
Dana Reeve was a professional singer. It's how she met their dad, Christopher.
Mom was always singing, always, while she's making me my after-school snack, while she's taking me up to bed, whatever. She was always singing. And I, being 10, 11 years old, you're like, Mom, stop, it's so annoying, I'm trying to watch the show, or like, why are you always singing? My friends' moms don't sing all the time. Like, just being 11, right? And she would be like, oh, okay, sorry, or she would ratchet up the volume to needle me. Hindsight is 20/20, but I wish that I had asked her to sing more, because when I think about her, that's where I go. The moments where we're just the quiet moments of safety and happiness and normalcy and togetherness, like just we didn't even have to be in the same room, but I knew where she was. I miss that.
Tomorrow, the story of her death. But for her children, the lasting memory of a mother's comforting lullaby, This Pretty Planet.
This pretty planet spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. All through the night, safe till the morning light.
Only later would her son read his mother's diaries and learn the magnitude of the loss she endured privately every day.
I found this in one of her journals. I've been studying the difference between solitude and loneliness, telling the story of my life to the clean white towels taken warm from the dryer and held to my chest, a sad substitute for a body pulled in close. I miss most even now his hands, the expressive grace and heft of them, the heat of his hands on my skin, the wrap of his arms, two becoming one. I carry the stack of towels upstairs, carefully cradling them so as not to let them tumble. Save one, still damp. The top one I had pressed against my face, which needs more time for drying. That's what she was enduring. That's what she had lost. When my dad got hurt.
And again, I think we're in awe of the strength and, as I said, generosity of our Will and his siblings talking about their lives. And it does make you think, who needs superheroes if you have two parents like that?
I didn't realize how young they all were, 2, 11, and 15 at the time of the accident, and how the mother having to navigate a little toddler and then teenage children, and how she did it so magnificently for them to be as close as they are.
And to have something to prize in every day and getting to be with their dad.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to tell you more about her, but also about how the family reconciled their grief with their lives, and how the siblings moved in to prop up each other. As Alexandra says, they were like a house of cards, and they could stand if they had somebody they were propping up. And so they did it together. And again,
it's amazing how
for
such a
all
shattering
families.
story is so inspiring at the same time.
It is. And it does feel that we learn something about our lives and how we get through each day.
Yeah, and that's what they want. They want us to learn something from this, too.
And the documentary, of course, is coming out soon.
We cannot wait. You can see Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, only in select theaters on September 21st and 25th. And for tickets, you can go to Fathom Events. And as Diane said, we're going to have more tomorrow with Will, his beautiful siblings, Alexandra and Matthew. They're going to join us live as well. Thanks so much, Diane.
Now, with week 2 of Monday Night Football kicking off, and the Philadelphia Eagles are gearing up to take on the Atlanta Falcons, Janae Norman is in Philly with all the details. Good morning, Janae.
Good morning, Rebecca. It is the Battle of the Birds tonight here at Lincoln Financial Field, known to locals as the Link. In just hours, quarterback Jalen Hurts and the Eagles will play their first home game against Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. This morning, the Falcons are the favorite to win. A hamstring injury sidelining Eagles receiver A.J. Brown. So Devonta Smith and Jahan Dotson will be stepping up, becoming Jalen Hurts' top targets. Falcons will need a strong showing from QB Kirk Cousins, who's coming off a disappointing performance against the Steelers last week. Also exciting for Eagles fans, Jason Kelce coming back here to his home turf in Philly for the first time as a pre-show analyst ahead of tonight's matchup. But guys, between our dominant station, Channel 6 Action News here in Philly, and our legacy affiliate, Channel 2 Action News in Atlanta, I'm not throwing my hat in the ring for anybody. Guys.
You got it covered.
Thank you, Janae.
Let's go right to Lara with more from the Emmys. Hey, Lara.
Hey, George, I am so excited for the next hour because coming up, we're going to show you what really happens backstage when the stars realize, oh my goodness, we've won, and they're able to really let it all hang out. We also had a little game for them. We'll show you how they answered coming up on Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. For the second time in just 2 months, an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. The FBI investigating after the Secret Service opened fire on a suspect at the former president's golf course in Florida. Trump on the course, just 300 to 400 yards away. An agent reacted after seeing the barrel of a gun sticking out of a fence. The suspect fled, leaving behind an assault rifle with a scope. New developments in the Idaho student murders case, as the suspect is moved to the capital, Boise, where he will now stand trial.
And say bonjour to Lily Collins.
Andiamo.
The Emily in Paris star is live on GMA as the hit show heads to Rome. And she's bringing some big breaking news you'll hear first on GMA. Molto bene.
And backstage for TV's Golden Night.
The Emmy winners just keep on rolling.
Good morning, guys. Behind the scenes with Lara and the Emmy's big winners. From Shogun's history-making night.
We are so grateful.
To The Bear.
Thank you so much. My heart is just beating right out of its chest.
To Hacks.
It's very humbling, it really is, and I appreciate this because I just don't get enough attention.
And more. As they say,
It's a very good morning. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Hey, good morning, America.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
There's Lamorne Morris right there who won. And I remember when I talked to him for our Emmy special, and he said, you don't want me to win an Emmy because I want the jet, I want this. He had his mom as his date.
And he should get it all.
So happy for all the winners. Yes, at the Emmys. The best of TV was honored, and Lara was there for it all. She had the stars. You were there with that moment when they would come off the stage. It's got to be an honor for you, Lara.
Well, I like how we were bookending it, Robin.
Yeah.
You and Will had them coming. I had them going with some new hardware. And that's such a nice place to be because they're relieved. It's over and they've won. So it's a really good spot for us to get some very special moments, which we're about to share with you guys. We have a fun hour coming up. And as I teased before, we did make them play a little game that producer Kelly Hagan came up with. As always, She delivered, they delivered, and now you get the gift. You'll have it coming up.
What's the name of the game? Just give us, does the game have a name so we can get ready?
The name is what it is. The name is the GMA TV test. We wanted to hear what shows they loved. We love them. What do they love? So, yeah, very straightforward. We weren't playing games.
Working on a new name for that game. Well done, Lara. You always get the goods, always.
Yeah, she does.
Also ahead, Kylie Kelsey is telling us about a cause close to her heart, supporting autism research, and the innovative way the Philadelphia Eagles are helping.
First, a look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the latest on our top story. For the second time in 2 months, an assassination attempt on former President Trump at his golf course in Florida. Let's go back to Rachel Scott in West Palm Beach. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, George, good morning to you. And there is a heavy police presence here in West Palm Beach as this investigation gets underway. When we talk about these mounting questions about security around the former president, officials point to this shrubbery that surrounds Donald Trump's golf club. Now, the golf course just on the other side of those hedges, but officials say that if someone gets into these bushes, they are essentially out of sight once they are in them. A Secret Service agent did spot a barrel of a rifle pointing through the fence and through those bushes and then jumped into action.
This morning, for the second time in just 2 months, the FBI is investigating an apparent attempted assassination on Donald Trump. ABC News learning the former president was on his West Palm Beach golf course with donor Steve Witkoff near the 5th hole when a Secret Service agent suddenly saw a barrel of a rifle sticking out of the fence just 300 to 400 yards away.
He was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
Sources say Secret Service fired 4 to 6 rounds as Trump was rushed to a safe area. The suspected gunman went running, leaving behind an AK-47 style rifle, 2 backpacks which contain ceramic tile, and a GoPro hanging on the fence. An eyewitness catching the suspect fleeing.
Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan.
This is the moment authorities surrounded the suspect in the vehicle. Multiple law enforcement sources tell ABC News the man detained by police is 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Roth. Overnight, law enforcement descending on his home in Greensboro, North Carolina. While authorities are working to determine a motive, sources familiar with the investigation say they are looking into whether Roth had any frustrations with Trump's position on Ukraine. Trump traveled back to his Mar-a-Lago estate in a social media post thanking law enforcement for keeping him safe, saying the job done was absolutely outstanding. It was just 65 days ago that Trump survived an attempted assassination at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. And this morning there are questions once again about how a gunman could get this close to a former president and Republican nominee.
He's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course around it. But because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible.
So this is an active scene. Police have blocked off this road just outside of Donald Trump's golf club, and you could see there where officials have set up this command center. The former president did travel back to his Mar-a-Lago estate where he met with the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, for 3 hours. Johnson saying this morning that Donald Trump was in good spirits. We are told that he is keeping his campaign schedule for this week, Rebecca.
All right, Rachel, thank you. We turn now to the Idaho College murders. The suspect in the case has been transferred to custody in Boise, where the trial will now be held. Kana Whitworth joins us with more. Good morning, Kana.
Yeah, Rebecca, good morning. So the Ada County Sheriff's Office says that this move was kept confidential, done in secrecy to ensure the safety of Brian Kohberger. The man accused of stabbing 4 college students to death nearly 2 years ago was flown yesterday on an Idaho State Police plane from Moscow to Boise ahead of his trial. Now, the local sheriff's captain, Ryan Jensen, telling ABC News they wanted to transfer him in the safest and most efficient way possible. Kohberger was flown in an orange prison jumpsuit and shackles. Once booked in the Ada County jail, a new mugshot was taken of the now 29-year-old former PhD student. The sheriff's office telling us that he will be housed by himself due to safety within the facility. His exact location will not be released. His lawyers, who say he is innocent, argued successfully that they felt Kohberger could not get a fair trial in Latah County. Judge Steve Hippler will now preside over this case, and among the things that Judge Hippler will need to assess is the newest argument from the defense to take the death penalty off the table. And Robin, as you know, this trial is set to start in June.
And it'll run for several weeks. We know that.
Yeah.
Kana, okay, thanks to you.
Coming up in our GMA morning menu, the sign of a possible thaw in royal relations on Prince Harry's birthday.
Also ahead, Kylie Kelsey tells us about her work with the Eagles Autism Foundation.
Plus, Lily Collins is here kicking off our Emily in Paris week, telling us about part deux of the 4th season and sharing some big news. You're going to hear it here first on GMA. And Lori Bergamato is here. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Rebecca, that's right. I've scored some great football finds for watching Monday Night Football at home, all of them a touchdown. That's coming up right here on GMA.
Times Square revving up for the week, and we're back with our GMA cover story, a possible thaw in the relationship between Prince Harry and his father and brother. Lama Hassan is in London with the latest. Good morning, Lama.
Yeah, and good morning to you, George. Well, that is the question, because for the first time in 3 years, the royal family is wishing Prince Harry a happy birthday publicly. So is this an olive branch, and could the royal rift be healing?
The royal family wishing Prince Harry well for his 40th birthday this weekend. Differences put aside for the milestone, there was even a mention of the big day from his estranged brother, Prince William's social media account.
This is significant. It's the first time that the royal family has acknowledged Harry's birthday on social media in 3 years. This is a milestone birthday, but it's still being looked at as a sign that relations are improving.
Relations between Prince Harry and his family have been fraught since he and his wife Meghan dramatically left the royal fold back in 2020. The pair publicly critical of the royal way of life. Harry particularly so in his memoir Spare, calling Prince William his beloved brother and arch nemesis. The prince telling Michael Strahan at the time,
I have thought about it long and hard, and as far as I see it, the divide couldn't be greater before this book.
Harry's relationship with his father still troubled. The pair seeing each other briefly after Harry flew to the UK following news of the King's cancer diagnosis.
We know that Harry has been in touch with his father, but when it comes to William, there's still a lot of hostility there. And I think it's going to be much harder for Harry to build those bridges with his brother than with his father.
Now, we are told Harry celebrated the big day privately with friends and family in Montecito, California. We don't know if he actually spoke to any members of his family. This isn't something that the palace will comment on. Now, as for Prince Harry turning the big 4-0, he says, bring it on, guys.
All right, Lama, you're bringing it. Okay, appreciate that. Now back to the Emmy Awards. Hollywood's best, brightest celebrated the stars of the small screen in LA. Lara was backstage with the night's biggest winners when they were relaxed. They played a game. They had a good time. They had time with Lara Spencer. Good morning.
All was well in the world, Robin Roberts, and that's because we have a great job. We only talk to the winners. It's so delightful. I want to say this morning we're live from Level 8. It's a club at the Moxie in downtown LA. But last night we were backstage, the winners' first stop, holding those brand new Emmys. We got to hear what they thought when they heard their name called, what they wished they had said in their speeches, and they're just having a great time being in the moment, because by the time they get to us, the pressure is off and they're just realizing, oh, it's time to party.
May I present this rose?
Will I accept this rose? Laura, you know I will.
And Hacks smelling the roses, winning Outstanding Comedy. And star Jean Smart taking home her 3rd Emmy for playing legendary comedian Deborah Vance.
You and Deborah strike again. No, very grateful, very happy.
This role is so awesome.
The gift that keeps on giving. 3.
Three?
Yeah, one for each season. I feel so greedy.
And the Emmy goes to Eben Moss Backrack, Liza Colon Zayas, the bear.
Jeremy Allen White, the bear.
Yes, Chef. Jeremy Allen White on fire, taking home his 2nd Emmy for the bear.
Thank you. My beautiful cast, I love you forever.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
I mean, do you even dare to dream of that kind of batting average?
I would try to explain the show to people, like it's about like a guy in a sandwich shop and he comes home and everybody was kind of like, oh, okay, yes, promising. And yeah, it's just it's an amazing thing. We're here, and yeah, I just feel so lucky.
And Best Supporting Actress went to the Bears' Liza Colon Zayas, beating out Meryl Streep and Carol Burnett.
Thank you to my husband, David Zayas. He told me to write a speech, and I didn't, because I didn't think
it would be possible.
Liza, I cannot believe that you got up there with no speech. You really were superstitious about it, or you just didn't dare to dream?
Both. And not just superstitious, but look at these legends that I'm who in their right mind?
No.
I'd be like, let me prepare a speech,
against Carol Burnett. And we can't forget Cousin Richie. A Best Supporting Actor trophy went to Evan Moss-Bachrach. Hey, I like that you thanked your parents for watching your cat.
I meant to tell them I love them too, but I just went straight to my cat.
Lamorne Morris earned his first Emmy for FX's Fargo.
How many parties will you go to tonight?
34.
I have no doubt.
I'm just gonna go to random people's homes and be like, y'all drinking?
And two-time Academy Award winner Jodie Foster crossing over, winning her first Emmy.
I really do feel, especially with True Detective, I feel like when you do something that's true and meaningful, like it's everything in your life. And that impulse for me is so important. It's funny, I make dark dramas. Yeah. I love dark dramas, but I'm a very light person.
And the cast of FX's Shogun, celebrating a record-breaking night.
I grown up in Japan, 40 years in Japan, and then 20 years in Hollywood. It was my first leading role in Hollywood, and also first experience to produce.
Anna, you were so emotional on stage.
I was crying before my name was announced. Not because I thought it would happen, but because I was just so anxious and I didn't know what it was, but I was crying.
And we couldn't let the winners leave without playing a quick game of GMA's TV test.
What's the one TV show other than your own that you can't live without?
Slow Horses.
Hacks.
Favorite TV character of all time?
Bryan Cranston's character on Breaking Bad.
Walter White.
Breaking Bad.
Wow, Breaking Bad. I hope Brian watches. Name one person here tonight that you would love to guest star on Hacks.
One of them is nominated tonight
is going to?
I don't know if I can say.
Oh yeah, you can. We're family.
Burnett.
She is.
Don't tell.
Dreams
don't tell
come true.
Anybody.
RuPaul.
That would be a great crossover.
I mean, like Downey, it's time. You should just come do the thing.
Maybe Robert Downey.
Ooh, Robert Downey Jr.
Well, you're not the first person to say that. Favorite TV theme song of all time?
Ooh, Cheers.
It's so lame, but like Friends, I think. Like that song will always make me smile.
Is that Fred Sanford?
Yep, Sanford
yes,
is Fred. Yep, Sanford is Fred.
That one, something about American, but the cute blonde curly-haired kid back in the 60s.
Oh, the American,
yes.
Superhero.
Yes.
How
did that go? It was such a cute
I loved
song.
it. The Great American Hero. What was it?
Oh, it was the cutest.
It was
upbeat.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. That show aired in 1981. Very nice throwback there, Gene. And, you know, they were celebrating big time last night, the cast of Hacks, the writing team, because they had so many wins. But they're heading back into production. I'm so happy on season 4 in just 4 days. And, guys, I know, our name was a little straightforward, not the most creative work we've ever done. We did have a lot going on last night. But we did this morning get together and come up with a theme song for our GMA TV test. Would you like to hear it?
Absolutely.
Please.
Let it rip.
Okay, good. All right, ready? It's the TV test. It's better than the rest. So come on down and join the quest. TV.
Wow. You did it. They did that on GMA.
That's what sleep deprivation will do.
I was
right
say,
there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not the only one who hasn't been to bed. It's obvious you all haven't been to bed either. That was classic. Absolutely classic. Oh, that you should win an Emmy for that.
Yes. I did love the Lara Jean duet. That was something. That was special.
We are getting ready for the big game with Shop GMA's Football Finds. Lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamotto has everything you need so you don't fumble your game day from home. And all these products are shoppable on our website. Good morning, Lori.
Good morning.
I just love
this
okay.
is a Jacko helmet. So when you combine the NFL helmets with a pumpkin and a lawn inflatable. There's no fumble here. It's a touchdown. These are from Fanatics. They blow up to 4 feet. They have an internal LED light, so they will just shine on your lawn.
This is going in your yard.
This is going in your front yard, Rebecca Jarvis. We've got the Falcons, the Jets. They come in every team, so you're definitely going to want to check those out.
No one will say, get off my lawn.
That's right. Okay. This,
hi,
look at this
Ginger.
gorgeous model we have.
Go
so
Lions.
next up, if you are home, you want to sport your team, right?
Yeah.
So we want the combo of style and sportiness. Ginger's wearing her Lions. I'm wearing the Bills.
Thank
All
you.
from Abercrombie. We got that for
Vikings
you, Rebecca
tee.
Jarvis. Vikings tee. We can't forget, tonight is the Eagles-Falcons game, so we can't forget about our stage manager, Brad, and our producer, Caroline, who's celebrating her dad's birthday there, too. So we love all of that. Everything from Abercrombie starts around $45, and they have such cute stuff. And isn't it soft and comfy?
So this one is super soft.
I
Wait,
know.
what's your dad's name?
Johnny Hartshorn.
Okay,
Happy
this one's for
birthday.
you, Johnny.
Okay, then we can't forget about the food, because I don't know about you, Rebecca, but I'm always team snacks.
Yes.
These are from 1-800-Flowers. We've got the glass cutting boards in the team name of your choice. And then these Sea Symphony appetizer trays with the 3 little dip trays. You have your cocktail picks. It's fantastic. Everybody was kind of freaking out over
Those
about
are
this
like
morning.
little football?
They are.
white
Well, we
football
can pretend,
things?
sure. But it's
Eggs?
emblazoned. It's emblazoned with the team logo there. So it feels sort of chic, but also delicious.
I'm here for the snacks.
And then finally, if you're
Are we
here for the
sitting?
snacks, we're going to have
Okay,
a seat. Come
great.
step into my lair here.
Nice.
So this is a couch armrest tray. So if you are short on space and yours isn't, or if you just want to maximize your game, maybe you want to watch 2 games, one on your big screen TV and then one on a tablet, you are able to do this. These open up to almost a foot, 13 inches, and you can put anything you want.
That's
on
a lot
it.
of nachos.
There you go.
I appreciate
I like where your mind's at.
You gave me grapes, but it'll be nachos in real life.
I'll share with you, but these are about $26 on Amazon. And enjoy Monday Night Football, whoever you're rooting for.
Please root for the best team. That's what you should do. And you can all shop all of these products on our website. And Monday Night Football kicks off tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Coming up, Emily in Paris star Lily Collins.
You're only here for a few days. There's a lot to see. Andiamo.
Andiamo. I really needed this.
What did you need?
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
And we are back with the Kelsey family's work beyond the football field. Jason Kelsey's wife, Kylie, is leading the charge for the Eagles Autism Foundation. Eva Pilgrim talked to her about it. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Kylie Kelsey told me she knows her last name draws a lot of attention these days, and she's trying to use that platform to do some good.
Pass is caught by Wilson.
The fans, the football.
Touchdown Jets.
And all the fun. But Kylie Kelsey, wife of former Eagles center Jason Kelsey, says sometimes a stadium setting can be stressful and overwhelming for some.
When you are in a stadium and the noise is so loud and so many things are happening and you really don't have any control over the way the sound or the stimulation is coming in, to be able to come into this space, it's quiet, it's calm.
The Eagles were the first NFL team to open a sensory room in its stadium. More than a dozen teams across the league now have rooms like this one.
Why is it important for someone who's autistic to be able to have a space like this?
Oftentimes, families with kids on the spectrum will remove themselves from situations or not put their kid in a situation where they assume that they'll fail. I have a personal connection to autism. My neighbor / brother, air quotes, Tim is on the spectrum. We grew up together, and he has made it so obvious to me how important it is to impact the autism community.
Now, the Eagles Autism Foundation is expanding, rolling out a new addition during their opening home game.
So we're unveiling our mobile sensory unit in the Pepsi Plaza here on game day and every event at Lincoln Financial Field for, again, just another touch point to create inclusion opportunities for this community.
16-year-old Max showed us around inside this mobile unit.
They can either play with this or this, or especially this.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Autism, a cause close to the heart of Eagles chairman and CEO Jeffrey Lurie, donating a $400,000 grant to fund research in Brazil where the birds recently played. For Kylie, she says giving back and being kind is important to her, a lesson she hopes to pass down to her daughters.
We are already in the camp of trying to make sure that they speak kindly to each other, because obviously that starts at home.
And Kylie says post her husband's football retirement, they are busier than they've ever been before. She's coaching high school field hockey, raising her 3 girls as Jason starts a new job hosting Monday Night Football for ESPN. And you may have seen he had that little outfit mishap last week. His suit didn't quite make it. So what will Jason Kelce wear this week? We were able to see one of his outfit options.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say about that, Rebecca.
Okay, then. Well, I like the outfit you chose today. I noticed
Eagles
the green. Go, Eva. All right, thanks, Eva. We turn now to Say Bonjour to our Emily in Paris week on GMA. And right here, star Lily Collins is here to talk live about part 2 of season 4. It just dropped. It is so nice to have you here on GMA in person.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
We're thrilled, and this is the perfect morning to have you because there's breaking news.
Oh, yes, there is breaking news.
Can you break it down for us, Lily?
Yes, for the first time, I get to talk about the fact that there will be a season 5.
Yes!
Yay! We all just found out ourselves, so this is brand new for everyone.
Oh, well, we're very excited. I'm very excited. I love the show. Love catching up with you. Season 4, part 2 just dropped.
Yeah.
And you're in a new place. You've got new locations. It's not just Paris anymore.
I know. We got to explore Rome, and I'm really hoping that for season 5 now that we get to explore more of Italy. We had just the best time. The whole cast felt a little bit like Emily did season 1, running around the city wide-eyed, and just everything was just so exciting.
Well, let's take a look at a clip.
I can't stop picturing the two of them schmoozing at the restaurant. Why was Genevieve there so late? You work with her, just ask. Gabrielle and I aren't together anymore, so technically he can schmooze with whoever he wants.
So can you. Look around. There's a ton of cute guys prancing about here. Here, pick one.
That's the end of the second shot.
Looking anywhere, show me. This is just, it's so fun. It's so playful. It's so delightful. It's the fashion. It's the love stories. But you also had a very special guest, the first woman.
Yes.
Bridget Macron.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was a huge honor. It was also so surprising that she really loves the show and that she really wanted to be a part of it. And she invited Darren and I to have a conversation with her a couple years ago about the show and what it's done for France and for Paris. And she took her cameo in part 1, season 1, like with jest and humor. And we all found a way for her to be a part of it and come to set, and she improv'd, and it was so much fun. Yes, and her improv made it into the show.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
We talked before about the fact that if you're visiting Paris, you might happen upon an Emily in Paris shoot, because you really do shoot out and about in the city.
Yeah, totally. No, it's wild. The larger the show has gotten, the more crazy and wild our locations have been able to get, and the more crowds come. So sometimes we have tourists dressed as Emily showing up to our sets as Emily while we're filming. And it feels a lot like theater, because you're performing having to kind of silence distractions and noise and just focus on your scene partner. But it's wild. It's a wild experience.
Well, speaking of theater, you are making your West End debut next month in Barcelona.
Yes, I'm so excited. It's my first time, and it's been a childhood dream. Bess Wohl is an amazing playwright, and Lynette Linton, who runs the Bush Theater, is our director, and Alvaro Morte and I are going to be performing together. I'm thrilled, so excited, and nervous.
Well, yeah, how do you prepare differently for Emily versus?
Oh my gosh. Well, both have a lot of dialogue.
So a lot of memorizing.
So a lot of memorizing. But with a play, you get to relive it every day and try new things, as opposed to a TV show or a film where once you film something, it's done and you have to move forward and kind of hope that in the edit it comes out the best way possible. But for a play, yeah, you get to try new things.
You can try it differently the next time. Okay, we've got a bunch of your co-stars coming in this week for Emily in Paris Week.
That's exciting.
We're thrilled. What should we ask them?
I'm really curious, as their characters, which other character would they choose to take a Roman holiday with? Like, who do they want to share a Vespa with?
Okay, who's your favorite Vespa ride?
Mindy.
Wonderful.
Hello.
Wonderful.
I would pay for a vacation any day with Mindy.
Well, we love taking every trip that you take, Emily, in Paris. Lily, so nice to see you.
Thank you.
And Emily in Paris season 4 is streaming now on Netflix.
Good morning, America.
That was Eve and she's telling her story in her new memoir, Who's That Girl? Michael sat down with her.
Yo, they want to know who's that girl? Come on.
Rapper Eve has had hip-hop fans saying her name for 25 years. Now, she's opening up about her life in a new memoir, Who's That Girl? Who's that girl?
Oh my goodness. Who is that girl? She has lived many lives. That's what it feels like.
Starting out, she was one of a few women in the rap world, and in 1999, she signed with the Rough Riders.
I always say it was my hip-hop boot camp because it was like, okay, we're in the studio 24 hours, you're in the studio 24 hours, and I had to prove myself. But it developed me as an artist.
After her debut album hit #1 on the Billboard charts, she went on to win a Grammy for Let Me Blow Your Mind, featuring Gwen Stefani. You literally had to fight with the record label.
Yes.
To have them let her be on the album.
Yeah. People were telling me, like, nobody's gonna believe this. And I'm like, well, why not? Like, she's an amazing artist. I was a huge No Doubt fan, and thankfully, I finally got them to believe in it.
She began acting and was riding high.
Who drank my apple juice?
But soon saw the warning signs of a drinking problem.
I was the youngest person on set, and I was still going to the club till 4 and having to get to table reads at 9, or having after parties in my dressing room. But I just kind of was like, I can do both. The only thing that I know I really had at the time was tons of anxiety. And tons of what I would say now is maybe depression, but we didn't use those words back then.
Do you think that the alcohol was a way for you to kind of mask it?
100%. It was my go-to for my nerves. It was my go-to for my sadness. It was a crutch and a way to numb myself.
In 2007, she was charged with DUI, ordered to wear an ankle monitor, and to quit drinking.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. Thankfully, I wasn't hurt. But it was the first moment after that I had to wear one of those ankle bracelets. And I remember being so scared of not drinking because I just wasn't comfortable with my feelings. And I couldn't remember when I hadn't drank, and I had to wear it for 56 days. And it was the best thing that had ever happened.
You said
to
that
me.
56 days saved your life.
It did. 100%. 100%.
In 2014, Eve married British businessman Maximilian Cooper, becoming stepmother to his 4 children, but she struggled to conceive. You revealed in 2006, you experienced an ectopic pregnancy. Yeah. You were diagnosed with endometriosis and fibroids. Yeah. Did you have any idea how that would affect your fertility?
No. Back then it's something nobody really talked about. Doctors barely even talked about it. I mean, I always had painful periods, but that's also something that they tell women. So I never thought anything of it. And I also never thought that I had to hurry up and have kids because I was like, I'm gonna fall in love, I'm gonna have kids. And it just didn't happen like that. And I had to go to a specialist, and she was the one that was like, yeah, you have like 14 fibroids. You have to have surgery to get rid of this. So.
But since then, you've gone on to have a son.
Yes.
Through IVF.
Yes, through IVF.
Which you were reluctant to do at first.
Yeah, I was.
Why?
I mean, I come from a family that we weren't religious, but we believed in God. And there's a whole element of that. And also being a woman, we put so much pressure on ourselves and thinking that as a woman, it's just supposed to happen. And I think there was a level of me having to talk to myself about like, no, you need a little help. And that's okay, because I would not have my little baby. I wouldn't have Wild. I wouldn't. So I'm grateful.
Looking forward, what does the future chapter of your life look like?
My future chapters are going to be seen through my son's eyes. I definitely want to produce some things. I love TV. I love acting. So, yeah, we'll see. More music.
Who's that girl?
Yes.
Eve's that girl. Na 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 na.
Thanks to Michael for that. Who's That Girl is available tomorrow. Now let's go to Ginger.
Thank you, George. We are outside now with a great crowd celebrating National Guacamole Day. GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamato here with me to dip into the fun. You see what I did there?
I do indeed. And as we kick off football season, Ginger, and gather to watch our favorite teams, what is a party without some dip? This segment is sponsored by Holy Guacamole, and their mascot, the Holy Guacamole Avocado, is joining us for all the fun.
Oh, we love it. That is one of the cuter mascots I've seen in a while.
I mean, adorable.
So we know that it's not just National Guacamole Day. Tonight, we have Monday Night Football. So 2 events that are kind of perfect to put together now.
Indeed, because cheering for your favorite team, it can be exhausting. And when you're tailgating or you're cheering at the TV, a delicious snack is always an important part of the ritual. And that is where guacamole comes in. So no matter how your team does, you always win with great snacks.
Okay, so we have a few of our audience members. They're over here enjoying. What do y'all think? Are you happy with the guacamole?
Really good.
They're like this, they're mouthful. So why is holy guacamole, or what makes it stand out?
Okay, so it can be really hard, I mean, we all know this, to find the right avocado ripeness to make your own guacamole at home. And there's nothing worse than opening an avocado, right, to find it went mushy. So Holy Guacamole uses perfectly ripe avocados, so their guacamole always tastes great. And I love this, it's one less thing to stress about when you're having people over for the game or for a party. So, hey audience, who wants a coupon so you can try some?
Yes, please. I think they like it. Okay, so we'll get them all of that. That is not all. We do have a look at the Holy Guacamole commercial that airs tonight during the big game. Take a look.
It's kickoff time.
And we're still waiting on that homemade guac? Let's go to the sideline.
Ow! Flag! Send in the pro.
Holy Guacamole.
Thank you so much to our sponsor, Holy Guacamole. You can go to Good Morning America's Facebook page to learn more about them. And don't miss Monday Night Football tonight when the Falcons take on the Eagles on ESPN at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Coming up, Grammy winner Gabby Moreno performs live. Can't wait. We are back now with a special performance in honor of Hispanic and Latin American History Month. Groundbreaking Grammy winner Gabby Moreno just released a new album, Dusk Deluxe. She's going to play a song off the record, but first we chat. It is so great to see you here.
Thank you so much.
At an important time. How great is it to be a part of this month in our performances?
It's amazing. It means so much to me. As a Guatemalan immigrant, I've been living here in the States for over 2 decades. And I just feel like it's a time for me to reflect on my own personal and cultural journey and express myself through, my unique Guatemalan heritage.
It is music. It is excellent. We love the music. Dusk Deluxe is now coming out. Deluxe came out, or Dusk rather, came out in February, and now you followed it up with 5 new songs.
Exactly, yeah. This one includes new versions of songs, live versions. So yeah, we're excited about this new release.
You love playing live. You're a performer.
Yes, yeah. We are in the middle of a tour right now. We're actually playing tonight at LPR here in New York. And then I'm off to Nashville.
Amazing. Yeah. Safe travels to you.
Thank you so much.
Great performance ahead. You can catch Gabby on tour headline shows in the U.S. through November, including a show, like she said, in New York tonight. But right now, making her morning TV debut, here is Gabby Moreno performing her breakout hit, Solid Ground. Take it away.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So tired. Earth is flowing. Never knowing where we're going, where we're bound. Looking for solid ground. Still believing good intentions, but you took this.
Big thanks to Gabby Moreno for that performance, and thank you all for watching.